Hi and welcome to Target Language Services Teaching Tips. Today we're going to talk about receptive skills. And what are those? Well, there are 4 language skills: reading, writing, speaking and listening. And the productive skills are speaking and writing. So the receptive skills are reading and listening. We're going to talk a little bit about how to stage a lesson like this. Well, what do we do to begin with? Do we just go in and play the recording? Well, I think not. If you're going to play a recording, or the students are going to read a text, we need to prepare them a little bit for what they're going to listen to. Because normally when you listen to something that's more than 2 minutes long, or you read something that's more than 500 words, you've got a reason to do it. You've made a decision to read it. You've got some sort of purpose. But if the teacher comes in the text, what is the purpose? Because the teacher telling you to read or listen is not a purpose. So you as a teacher need to create a good reason. But first we need to find out what do the students know about the topic of what they're going to listen to. With a fancy word, that's called schemata. You're going to check their schemata. Well, I don't really like schemata, that's a funny word. We'd call it world knowledge of the students' understanding of the topic that they're going to listen to. And we also need to think about whether they can actually do the tasks that we're going to give them. I.e., do they have the language, the vocabulary, to understand the text well enough in order to answer questions about it. So we need to create interest, we need to check their knowledge of the topic that they're going to listen or hear about, and we may need to pre-teach some vocabulary in order to ensure that they can do the tasks that we're going to have them do later. So does that mean we're going to teach all the words they don't know in the text? Well, I don't think so, because if you're going to teach all the difficult words in the text, then they might as well almost be reading in their own language, because you've given them all the vocabulary. So I think that the ability to read or listen to something and extract information from a text, even though you don't know every word in the text, surely that's what listening in another language is all about. But I said before, we may need to pre-teach some vocabulary for them to do the task. And so the vocabulary that stops them from doing the task, those are called blocking items. So what I would suggest you do, look at the script or the text, underline in the text where the answers are, and if there are difficult words in the answers, well, maybe those are the ones that you should be pre-teaching. Meaning you should be clarifying those words before they read or listen for the first time. Sometimes there's a word that if they don't understand that word, they will not appreciate the whole text, or they may not appreciate a joke that's in the text. So you might pre-teach those words in order for the students to understand the text and the jokes that are told in it, of course. So they're going to read, but are you going to give them the comprehension questions before they read or after they read? Well, I think you should give them the questions before they read. Because if you have them listen to the text and then give them the questions, well, what you're doing is, I think, is that you're testing their memory. So it could be that one student is good at answering the questions because he's got a good memory, and another one whose English might be excellent can't answer the questions because he can't remember them. So that's not developing their receptive skills, that's testing their memory. As I said before, they need to have a purpose for reading. The purpose could be the task. So you give them a task before they read or listen, and they answer the questions while they read or listen. But there are different skills as well. It could be that you want to develop 2 skill sets. We call those sub-skills for the listening. So I want to develop their ability to listen for the general idea first, and then I want to develop their ability to listen for specific information. It doesn't make sense to do it the other way around, because when you're listening to a text, you will inadvertently worry about what are they talking about, who's talking, where are they, and those are the questions for the general idea. So by separating the tasks, it makes it easier for students to focus and develop that particular sub-skill. So we set the task, They listen for the general idea, and they answer the question while they listen or read. After listening, they compare answers. Well, why don't you just give them the answers? Well, I think first of all they should be comparing answers, because it could be that they can clear up some things before they get to class feedback or teacher feedback. And the other thing is that we need to make sure that all your students show their answer to someone. Okay, now they check with each other, and then you check that they have got the answers. But try not just to give them the answers. Try to maybe read part of the extract again so that they can understand why that answer is correct or why that answer is not correct. You set a second task, let's say listening for specific information. They listen, they answer while listening, after listening, they compare answers, class feedback, you talk about the answers, why is that right, why is it not right, and then that's it, isn't it? Then they go home. Well, it's a bit strange, isn't it, to listen to a text 2 times and not give the students an opportunity to express their views about what they heard. So we should have an activity where students talk about the topic, maybe have a role play, a debate, they write about the topic of the text, but they need to produce something so that they have a chance to express their views in the context of the text that they have listened to or they have read. That's all for today's teaching tips. Thank you for listening.